Alright, my friends, welcome back to another show. So this time, layout update. It is September 15th. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. So first thing up, we're going to start over here on the workbench, which is a little reorganized. I got a piece of ply, set it up here, and then just screwed in some 1-bys and mounted those LED strip lights here for my workbench. As you can see, it is super bright. So this is a height to the top deck, by the way, but it's semi-permanent. The main thing is I've got light here. I've got decent light. So the first thing for this update, one of the that white house you might have noticed in previous updates, it's pretty much disassembled. We bought it pre-assembled at a show, and the guy had done a bad job with it. Just didn't glue it very well. It didn't assemble it well. Didn't trim the, didn't file the flash off for the nubs from the sprues, and so I disassembled it and got all that sanded down. You can see where I did it. Well, okay, there you go. Now you can see it had the little. Where's an example? Because I ground it. It had all the little interlocking tabs in the corner. So I just ground all that off and smoothed it out. So next step will be giving a new base, and then get the walls put together and at least do the basic interior and get it sprayed flat black, so it's at least prepped for interior detail and lighting eventually. Thinking about the Sioux smoke unit in the top there. I don't know. Jury's still out on that. So that is the first thing. I continue on. We'll swing around here, and you'll notice I got another piece of tempered hardboard cut. This is one I had left over because originally I was going to have the backdrop split off there and come over like that, and then go in. And decided it'd be better to just have it like it is now, which I'm glad I did because I have a lot more scenic area I can do. So I took the piece, I widened the hole a little bit, adjusted it, and cut it to fit here. It's not screwed in yet, it's clamped, but I'll have a bolt through here so you can take the leg off if you need to, and then screws here. And maybe a couple down there. And then eventually I'll have another one, and it'll follow the curve there and then go to a right angle and wrap around like that. But that's still a little ways off in the future. So I'll swing around here, and if we have a look-see, the secondary staging yard is in, which for now is my main staging yard, but it's technically secondary. I've got, and I finished an op session, so these are, cold cars are sitting at the end of the branch line, the cold branches, and then those are ones that are in Lancaster, and the town's on a Lancaster mix that it serves, which eventually the entire run for that one will be on layout. Just I don't have any of the towns. I don't have Lancaster or the team tracks in between Lancaster and Loganville, so it's stored here for now, but eventually that entire run will be on the layout. But I got it all glued down. The turnouts, I didn't glue any of the turnouts, but I got them down, and then what I did was I went back and I gapped, put some plastic insulators in. So the yard ladder can be a block, and then that turnout from there over can be a block. And then on the tracks, I put insulators on both rails for all three, so I can turn the toggle switch and shut the power off to these. So I can run a train onto them, flip the toggle, and the power will go out, and then I don't have my engine sitting here idling on with the sound on. So that's in. I haven't done the PCB sections across the, wait, where did, yeah, haven't done the PCB sections across the joint, but I clipped the ties off, so when I do go back, it should be pretty easy. Same on the other end, so it will be easy when I do it, and I've done the prep work for it. So, looking from this end, total train length on the layout is 10 cars. That's what it's at. So that's the max length I'm going to get, which is, I was hoping to be a little longer, but it fits just right with the siding here, so I'm not going to complain. That's pretty decent for something this size. And then, as we swing around again, there's the two toggle switches for the outer and the inner. I took the spring off of that Pico turnout, and for some reason it wants to be lined for the straight route, not the curved route. I went ahead and wired all three of them up, the feeders and the sub buses and everything, and then hooked it in and did the common, and it's all wired up. It's just I hooked up just the outer two to toggle switches for now. So the outer two are ones I'll bring trains off of, and then the middle one I just use for car storage, like you saw earlier, for cars that are on the branches or whatever. So for now it's fiddle staging. Eventually it will be just regular back end staging because I'll have the other deck over it. So that's pretty much what's up on that side of the layout. We're going to swing around to, let's see here. We're going to swing around to this side. And another thing you'll notice right off the bat, well, hopefully, is I've got more new track work. So this is all in. It isn't wired yet. But I've got the turnouts down. I do need to come back and put, when I do the feeders, put a double insulating gap on here. Because eventually the way I'm going to split this up is the Zephyer will control this layout, and I'll have three districts. I'll have the engine terminal right there, the main, which is still going to be reconfigured a bit, the main, so that'll be two districts, and then the third will be the secondary track. So those three, all the industrial spurs back there, and then the stuff over there on the other side of the backdrop. But it runs pretty well, honestly. And let's see, where's the feeders? The earliest set of connected feeders I have is all the way back here, and it's doing a pretty good job of funneling current through the yard and then through actually all of this, really. I haven't hooked up feeders to any of that yet, and that's just because I kind of want to finish laying the track out and, you know, finish the track work and the cork work before I go in and actually add any more feeders. So that's what's up there. And then probably my favorite part of this update is the little shelf and cubby holes. Well, shelf and cubby hole thing I made for my Zephyer. I was going to just have this a regular fascia, because originally I had the Zephyer sitting over there, and then I got to thinking, I realized, well, the Zephyer is when I get the command station, the Zephyer will essentially be a booster and throttle, and you don't need a throttle under a plug port. So what I did was I got some 1/2-inch ply, and I just cut out some triangles, screwed them to the 1x that's the frame here, so I brought the screws in like that, and then I've got a piece of 1x under here, and I screwed it into this support and into the bottom of this bracket, and the tempered hardboard is just sitting on there. Well, it's not sitting there, it's got two screws through it, a screw through it over here and two through it over there, so it's pretty much staying there. But yeah, I like that. I like that a lot better. And then on the other side, of course, I got a terminal strip where I can plug the wiring in. It's just, it's nice. It's very, very nice. It's in there. I don't have to worry about bumping it. It's nice and secure, and I can still, if I really needed to. Well, okay, sure. Now it's going to be a stubborn thing. Let me show you. But if I really need to, I can pull it out, and I can get to the LocoNet ports and all the stuff in the back. So I'm rather impressed with myself. And then, so that's the biggest thing over here, and honestly, that's really all I've been doing. I've been crazy busy with school. Matter of fact, I literally just finished the final before I came down and filmed this. So, yeah, crazy busy with that, and then just not much in the way of supplies or funds right now, so everything else is kind of ground to a halt. But the upside is I can do plenty of operations. So, matter of fact, I'm going to wrap this out, go print out some more switch lists, and I think I'll just run trains for a little while, because I haven't done that in probably a couple weeks. So, as always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I do want to mention real quick, I had, is our 2 or 3 subscribers unsubscribe. To be honest, I'm disappointed if you guys unsubscribe. I'm not mad at you. You know, if you want to unsubscribe, that's your choice. Don't hurt feelings or anything. I would appreciate, though, if you put down why you're unsubscribing. Because if you don't put why you're unsubscribing, then I can't fix the problem for everybody else that's subscribed. So, just that's the one little, courtesy thing I would appreciate if you do unsubscribe from me. Like I said, no biggie whether you do or don't. It is a little disappointing, but I mean, when I can't exactly force you to subscribe, it wouldn't be a very nice thing to do anyways. But just if you do unsubscribe, just put why you're unsubscribing. I would appreciate knowing. So, but anyways, I was going to do it for this time. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to my rambling and my endless talking. I hope you guys like this. And I'm going to reiterate again. Please, please comment. Even if it's just to say hi, even if it's to say, hey, you could do this better, hey, you're doing this badly, hey, you're doing this too good, or hey, I'd like to see this, or I wouldn't like to see this, or, whatever. Because I can't know what you're thinking about the videos unless you put it down in the comments, or like it, or something. So, everybody take care, God bless, and I will see you on the next video.